one responsibility that people know you to handle right now is about chairing, I mean, what's it called? Driving the alumni of the University of Cross River State, former CRUTEC. Let's get back to that, aspect. What drove your interest into, leading this group of ex-students, and what was it that you saw as a driving force, to say, I want to lead this union?
Okay. As a student union leader, I think about 15 years ago, I wasn't very impressed with the way the alumni association was run. I remember that when I collected my call-off letter for youth service, I had meeting with a few friends that immediately we finish our youth service, we need to return back to our matter and fix the association. And for some years, I didn't just return from NYC and declare that I wanted to be president. I started from somewhere as public relations officer under the administration of my predecessor. I just wanted to understand how things were being done, to learn from them, so to also understand their weaknesses and mistakes before I declare my intention. And so far, I learned a lot from my predecessor, and I saw that I had something to offer that for now many of our products who have shown interest might possibly not have. That is just my motivation. That was my motivation for wanting to run for president.
Now, since you took over office, there have been, or there were initially, issues, crises around leadership. At the point, we saw a parallel administration to yours and all of that. And some of us were very worried what is going on, because I know I'm an excellent of that school. They have not come in full swing or something. So how did you manage to, negotiate yourself out of that maze of leadership crisis?
Well, I wouldn't say there was a parallel administration. When you assume yourself to be what you are not, it doesn't mean that you're that thing. There was never a parallel administration. What happened is that in 2019, the person whom you thought was running a different faction contested election with my predecessor. He participated in all the processes, board form, attended screening, and was cleared. 2 days or 3 days to the election, he started raising issue about the venue of the elective convention. And by our constitution, it's only the National Executive Council that has the power to decide venue for national convention. He was just an aspirant. He was a coordinator in a chapter in Edo State. So because the venue possibly did not favor him, he was not on ground for that election. But he did not also write formally to the election committee to withdraw from the race. So when we went for the election, my predecessor won. He went to court. While in court, I think about 2 years, sometime in October 2021, he decided to set up his own executive. Now, the constitution is very clear on the organ of the association that has that mandate to call for elective convention. And the constitution is also very clear, well defined on how leadership of the association can be established. So whatever thing he did at the time was strange. And now the big question is, he was in court. Why didn't he wait for the court to decide? He went and did what he did, and then withdrew the matter from the court and started parading himself as president. He has never been president. He has never had access to the association's account any day. He has never taken any responsibility as a president. So In 2023, I think July 1st also, a few of our friends called us for a meeting. And in that meeting, in fact, before the meeting, this same candidate called me for a meeting with one of his friends who was also running, who later pulled out, to tell me that the whole agenda of the meeting was to appeal to us to allow the person he claimed he took over from in 2021 to complete the tenure he claimed he had taken over from in 2021, to complete that tenure, the 2019 tenure, and then hand over to him. And you know me, you are familiar with me, you know that some persons will say, I am as straight as well. I told him that that will not fly. That if you want to be president, follow due process, follow what our constitution says. We went for the meeting. They had the agreement before they came for the meeting. And in the meeting, I told them that I am a product of the university, very qualified to run for the office of the president. That I will not allow 6 people to sit down and take decision for more than 20,000 people. I declared my intention to run for presidency there. In the end, we did not reach any agreements. But since I was one of the people opposing that the agenda, they call off the meeting. They allowed me to travel out of Calabar on Sunday, and then they went and regroup again. Then used the attendance we met for the Saturday meeting to sign a document that my predecessor should finish and hand over to him. When the validity of that document was taken to our national convention, which is the highest decision-making body of the association, it was rejected. And in 2024, 223, sorry, December 12th, when the tenure of the former president was due, we had a convention in the stadium in Calabar. It was open for everybody to participate. Whoever wanted to be president should have come there to submit himself to the people to vote, but he did not come. He was rather trying to negotiate with us, those of us who had interest, to withdraw and allow him to be elected unopposed. And we say no. If you want to be president, follow the law. So our association at some point got to a level where non-members of the association were determining what happens in our association. You have a situation where people who are no business in our association telling us what to do and what not to do. And then we had a compromise management and governing council. For whatever reason, they took side with whoever they wanted to take side with. The University of Cross River Establishment Law grant alumni 2 seats in council. As a president, you're automatic member of the governing council. And then we have another seat called convocation seat. But the last governing council deprived us of having representation in council for 6 years. Because they weighed everything and saw that we were on the path of law, and they didn't like some of us. They didn't like our faces. So instead of allowing us benefit from what the law has granted us, they rather stopped us. So, but to the glory of God, the matter, all of us complained to the governor, who is the visitor to the university. And the governor, in his wisdom, saw everything, and we have been working very closely together. The governor recognized my leadership. He recognized me as a president. And I think that that has given some of our brothers who were not with us before some reason to see that truly we were doing the right thing. So a whole lot of them have collapsed our structure and have started supporting us, but we are still in court. So The person who said he has been president since 2021 is still in court claiming that his tenure will expire in October this year. The same person was a person that signed an agreement in 2023 that the person he took over from in he claimed he took over from in 2021 should complete his tenure and still hand over to him. So you see the confusion. So we are waiting for the court to decide.
Okay, so why the court decides that, what would you consider your greatest achievement so far, since you started? And then you can tie that to other things that you've done to give us good representation as the president of the alumni.
I would say that my greatest achievement since assuming office is ensuring that alumni take a right place in as a critical stakeholder and owner of that university. Like I said, we were like a second citizen in a university that belonged to us. Management will come and go, council will come and go, students will come and go. In fact, even the university can be shut down, but the alumni will remain. So I would say my greatest achievement is to return that respect that other alumni association enjoy in other universities to our association. As I'm seated today, if I have any reason, if the association become too much of a burden to me, I can resign. And I will resign with my shoulders high that I have removed the influence of known members of our association from our association. Of course, like you said, when we took over, we're in crisis, but we've been able to also see how we bring some innovations to the to the association. In 2023, when some of our staff who are working in UNICROSS there, of course, you understand the working condition of that environment, if not now that the Governor too has graciously implemented the national minimum wage and placed them at par with what their peers in other universities are earning. The situation was very terrible. They paid them 1 month, they paid them salary after every 3 months. So we felt that some of our products who were sacrificing their time and their youthful energy back in the system, we should show them appreciation. We donated 50 bags of rice to them to celebrate Christmas. And very recently too, we received complaint from some of our members too who are working within the system that you are familiar with the university. See, around the entire ETF block that hosts GSS courses, there was no functional convenience. So we had about 4 there that was developed by, I think, the formal um, uh, management, but has never been put to use. So we've renovated the entire place, dug a borehole, and the place is now functional. We've done other things where we I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but we are working, and we have also enjoyed very robust relationship with the new management and council. For the first time, our product who are working in the university are being given their due. Before now, there was some structure within the system that before you get anything in that university, you must consult them. And because they don't like, I most times I wonder why you don't like your own children, because they don't like the faces of some of our product within the system there, because they were supporting us. They were denying them from getting a lot of things. Under my leadership, we have about 4 members in the governing council today who are product of the university. We have a management staff who is a product of the university. We have series of directors, deputy deans, head of department. It has never been this good. This is why, if you notice if you read our release 2 or 3 days ago, the National Executive Council decided to endorse the current acting VC for confirmation as substantive VC, because she has been so nice to the alumni And the NEC felt that it's an opportunity to reciprocate that gesture by supporting her to become the substantive vice chancellor. So that is how far we have come.
That's fair enough. So on the flip side, what would you say have been your greatest challenges, and how have you been able to navigate through them?
Yes, my greatest challenge is that most of our members still have misconception about what alumni is, both students and graduates. You see a situation where there will be problem in the hostel. Instead of students calling either the hostel leadership or the student union government leadership, they will call the alumni president. So the alumni president to them is supposed to solve every problem. So it's been challenging, but I thank God for the strength. One thing I do is that even though some of the situations don't fall within my purview, there's no problem you bring to me that I don't make effort to address them. And I feel that some of these people are seeing the genuine intention to solve the problem, but that my power is limited. So that is how I've been able to manage this challenge. But we are a very young university and a very young association. I believe that with time we will understand that the association is much more about what we can give back to the system than what the association can give us. And some persons to understand that the alumni is not involved in the day-to-day administration of the university. So there are certain demands, there are certain expectations that they will expect of the alumni president that we may not have the capacity to deliver. Not because the intention is not there, but because our capacity is limited.
So looking ahead, what should we expect? What areas do you intend to tackle within the remaining years of your presidency?
Oh, okay. We my predecessor started a project about 6 years ago. We intend to see how we can link up with some of our big friends to see how they complete. The project is a 12 bedroom guest house that has been taken to a certain level. We are appealing to some perseverance to help us because the truth is that we don't have the resources. I took over the association at a time our only source of income was stopped for more than a year. So I ran the association basically from my small pocket. So it's just recently that we started generating little revenue, and most times because it is basically not, and we need to move around, need to do a whole lot of things. It doesn't amount to anything for us to embark on such project in our current economy. That is why we are appealing to some of our leaders to come to our rescue. The project is was initiated by the alumni, but it's not an alumni property. So we are trying to build a guest house for the university because the university spend a whole lot of money on accommodation. When the external examiners are coming, when council members are coming for council meeting. So our thinking is that if we can complete that building and put it to use, it will save the university millions of naira every year in accommodation. We also have other little things that I wouldn't want to promise, but just follow us in the next few months. You'll see some of the things we will do to give back to the system.
Parting word for members of the association.
Okay, I will appeal to my distinguished members to continue to support us. For those who are still angry with us, like I've always said, they have genuine reasons to be angry. You cannot say you expect everybody to think from your perspective. Whoever is angry has reason to be angry. In this business, I don't believe that you fight to finish. No matter how you fight, you leave small room for reconciliation. As we have started, when we had opportunity to conduct convocation election, we specifically zone it to the camp of those are for our brothers who are angry. Yes, the DG of the person who is laying claim to my office was the person we supported and delivered as a member of the governing council, pioneer, a member of the governing council representing convocation. We believe that that was a goodwill we needed to show for our people to understand that we don't believe in winner takes it all. The accession belongs to all of us. The fact that we have been favored by the law doesn't mean that we should just discard other of our members. So I want everybody to come together. Let's see how we can reason together and give back to our alma mater.
I'd like to thank you very much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Glad to have you.